to show you today how to extend your backdrops, how to go from that to that by using a couple different methods. And I should preface this with saying that this image has already been edited a little bit in Lightroom. I've adjusted the exposure, white balance, contrast, highlights, all that good stuff to my liking, and I pretty much just did those and brought it into Photoshop. So that's what you're seeing now, and we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. This image is a flat lay that I did, and you can see the carpet coming through on either side that I want to get out of there, and I'm going to show you a couple ways to do that. So we're going to start with the marquee tool, and we're just going to make a square, and we're going to go Edit, Fill, Content Aware. And what that's doing is it picks up the image and looks at the image and says what around this is going to make sense. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it seems to be a pretty powerful tool, and I've been using it a lot for this particular issue with any of my photos. Oh, see, that worked great. Let's just take a peek a little bit closer. So it did pretty good. We got some cleaning up to do on the edges. You can see here. And yeah, so we're going to clean that up. I'm going to use the clone tool here and just clone that right out, right on the edges here. And pick that up. There we go. So that side's done. All right, so let's do the poly lasso tool because this isn't an exact square. I kind of want to get it a little bit closer in. So we're going to do just the outline of the area. And I like to give a nice little buffer to allow the content aware to pick that up, to let that know that that's in the image. So we'll go to Fill, Edit, Fill, Content Aware again. We'll see how well it does. That actually looks really good. So let's just zoom in, take a look, see how our edges are looking. Looks pretty good to me. So you'll notice a few other things I would do to sort of clean up this image. Is get rid of all the spots here. You know, that drives me crazy. So I would actually spend some time cleaning that up. That's not the purpose of this tutorial. I do want to go ahead and show you another way on how to extend backdrops. And sometimes it works again, sometimes it doesn't, but having a couple different methods in your arsenal will really help you with editing. So again, we're going to grab that marquee tool and we're going to drag we're going to drag it on the white part here. And after dragging it, we're going to use the transform tool. So you can use Command T on a Mac. I'm not sure what that is on a Windows, Control T possibly. Or you can go to Image, Edit, Transform. And we are going to free transform. And once you get this outline box, you're going to grab the handle on the edge and you're going to drag that over. And you're going to hold down Shift while you do it and just drag it all the way over. And get rid of that selection. So that worked pretty well as you can see, but we do have this odd line here. So what we can do is go ahead and get rid of that. And I just realized I didn't have a background copy. So one thing I do recommend doing is working always with a background copy in case you need to revert to your original image. It's just something that you should really practice doing. And I didn't, but I have it now. So yeah, so just sort of using the clone tool to get rid of that line really helped. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So the challenge with using that same method on this side is we don't really have a square we can work with, right? We don't have just a plain white area we can work with, but what we can do is do it in a couple sections, right? So we can grab that, and you'll notice that on plain solid backgrounds like this one, it works really well. But with color or any sort of pattern or texture, you're going to come across some stretching issues where you can actually see the background stretch, and it's going to start getting a little funky, but it actually works pretty well with just a plain, seamless background. So same thing, we're going to go to Edit, Free Transform, and we'll hold down Shift while we drag our little corner, and hold down, press Enter, Command D to deselect. And actually that worked pretty well. I don't even see a line. I do have some cleanup to do, and actually you can start to see a little bit of that stretching effect. It doesn't bother me too much now for this image. And one thing we can try to do is make a smaller rectangle and not stretch it as far, and do a couple times over. So we're just going to try that again. And we're not going to stretch as far. We're going to see how that's looking. Yeah, that's looking okay. And just for your purposes, I'm actually going to show you how to do this also by using the clone tool. So you can actually just extend if you have a clean enough area by using the clone tool, right? So I'm just filling in these parts by using the clone tool. And sometimes that works the best, but it can be a little bit tricky and it can take a lot longer than the other methods. Oh, it's picking up all that. There we go. So that's pretty much it. That's looking really good. Like I said, I would go in and clean up this image even further, but that's how I extend backdrops in Photoshop. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to get in touch. All right, guys, thanks. Bye.